But we are recording right now. We are currently live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the High Five with Gage Hartman. I'm here with Liz and Josh. Liz, let me have you explain who you are first, because you can probably do it much better than I can.
My name's Elizabeth. Reynolds is my professional directing, filmmaking name. I'm a writer, director, producer. I live in the Twin Cities, and that's like the short story.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
recently filmed a short film in Duluth, and Gage was in the film, and Josh was in the film, but Josh was also a producer. So that's what we're here to talk about today.
Heck yeah.
And you just spilled on yourself.
Did I really? we're cutting that. Josh, you want to talk a little bit about what you do?
Yeah, so I was the main star in The Deft. No, I'm kidding. Gage and I had a fight scene. We ended up backing down, and I think Gage and I jokingly said that my name in the film was going to be Soft Guy Number 1 for backing down during the fight.
Yeah.
But like Liz said, I helped executive produce the film with Nathan Lipinski. He was the main guy that set up everything, and I was just kind of helping him out during the whole weekend and helping Liz out.
Yes.
Track down her scripts and make sure everything was going well and smoothly during the entire weekend.
Yeah, it was like a test of how well we worked together on a long short film. It was just under 20 minutes, and short films can be, as long as they're under 45 minutes, they're considered a short film, but most film festivals want it to be under 20 minutes for it to be part of their lineup.
How much time total typically goes into a movie that's like 20 minutes long?
It took us 3 days to film this film, and bless our crew, one of those days was a 16-hour day, and they really loved us.
Was that the day that I was on?
That was
set?
the day you were on set.
Okay, yeah.
So we started at 6 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
And we finished at 10?
It was 10.
It was 10.
It was a long day.
And then that was so we could film at the Great Lakes Aquarium. They just welcomed us in with open arms to film there. So to do that, we had to get in early before it opened to the public. And that was why we had the crew just said yes, because they wanted to film at the aquarium. So they said yes. And then the other 2 days, it was like a 12-hour day and then an 8-hour day. So that's why it wasn't like 3 20-hour days. But
So it's not necessarily months of filming to get 20 minutes.
Whereas a feature film, you would have 4 or 5 weeks of 10-hour days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, before we get too far into The Deft, I think that people are probably going to want to hear a little bit more about what you do and how you got into it. And it's kind of a very unique role, especially to people around Minnesota and northern Minnesota. I mean, I don't know any other directors other than Casey. Right, Casey?
Casey's behind the camera.
yeah, exactly.
He's got red hair and a beard, and he's just like smiling at us.
So for those of you watching and listening, you're from Northern California.
I'm originally from Sacramento.
Sacktown.
A very famous director, Greta Gerwig, is also from
right.
Sacramento, so it's a little intimidating, I think.
So what was your inspiration behind getting into being a director?
I think just being a writer and wanting to have control over the storytelling process, and I think wanting to tell good stories. That's why just being a writer, director, and producer, you kind of want to do it all. And as a woman, you kind of have to do more things to get your films made. So you fund it, you direct it, and you write it traditionally until you've become more established. Yeah.
Okay.
So
like at what age did you know that you wanted to go into directing?
Directing came later. I was in production in my late 20s. I started writing early.
And you were still in California at that time?
I was in Sacramento. I was trained
Sacktown.
Later, yes.
Sorry.
So I was trained in production and then took time off. I have kids with special needs.
Okay.
So my oldest daughter's 13 and on the autism spectrum, so I had to take a long break too, until she was more self-sufficient, I guess.
Okay.
And then I was able to get back into it recently.
Yeah.
And then with that time off, I wrote a short script, and I wrote and produced it. I didn't direct it. I asked my friend Josh to direct it, just to see how
Just
it would
Josh?
do.
Different
A
Josh.
different Josh.
Different
Josh
Got it.
Mers. He's in the Twin Cities.
Mm.
He's edits and directs out there, and it did really well. It like won a bunch of awards, and
Oh, nice.
and so that kind of confirmed like, okay, next time you're gonna direct
Yeah.
your work.
Okay.
And so I did a few more shorts, and then now I'm going to do feature films
Yeah.
after that. After the Deft, I just still want to see how that does, because you have to build a body of work to get funding. Things
Like a
need to be
proven
funded. You don't want to
track
like
record.
yeah. 'Cause,
Right.
We got a lot of help with Nate and the aquarium, and my husband
Yeah.
paid a lot,
Okay.
like a lot of money to help get this made.
Yep.
So that way, it's like a calling card.
Yeah.
So
So did you write the Deft
I did.
then? The entire thing
Yes.
by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. How long did that take you?
You really want to know? It took me 20 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
As long as the film?
Weird flex, but okay.
Yeah, exactly.
20 minutes.
Yeah,
It took
exactly.
me 20 minutes.
Oh, nice.
Well, it took me because I was writing a feature, and I pitched it to Jim. I need to look up his name. You have to cut
Jim. You know Jim, Josh? You know who she's talking about?
Yeah. Yeah,
Jim.
Jim.
Jim Beam?
Yeah. Jimmy Dean, actually.
Casey, you know Jim?
Mm-hmm. John? Jimmy John?
Yeah, him maybe.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Jimmy John's? Like the sandwiches?
We're talking about Slim
Jim
Jims?
Burke. Sorry.
Oh, okay, there we go.
From the Green Book.
Thank God we didn't get off track.
So I pitched him my feature film, and he said it would be a really good movie.
Okay.
So then I started breaking it up into
Wait, and that's not the Deft, or that is the Deft.
it's not the Deft.
Okay, got it. So the feature film is something that you've yet to film.
No, but it's a thriller, and so but I have not hadn't directed a thriller yet.
Got it.
So
Okay.
that
And
that
this
was
is
why
yet
I
to
did the
happen.
Deft, was because that is also a thriller
Oh, it is.
too.
I feel bad because I feel like I know so little about the Deft, and here
You haven't
Josh.
even read the script.
You're
just like, yes, I'll do it.
Can you email it to me? Yeah, I didn't read the script. Yeah, I should have. I guess. So the Deft is a thriller. It's like
It's a psychological thriller.
Okay. So does that? That's not. Is a scary movie and a thriller the same thing?
No.
It's not.
A horror, I mean, it's kind of in the same lane, like a horror is scary, but a
it.
psychological thriller could be more suspenseful, or like
guess
mind
it's
tricks.
Just thrilling.
Like Memento.
Mm.
Have you seen that?
Is that a movie?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Is that a recent movie?
The Gift.
Fight Club?
Fight Club.
Okay.
Okay. That's not recent at all.
What's
Fight
it-
Club?
Yeah.
No, but I haven't seen that either. But
Inception.
ooh, that's one. Yep, that's a
Yeah,
good one. Okay,
okay.
that's a thriller. I get it. Now I
Yeah.
follow. Now I'm on. Now
It's like you're not really sure what's going on.
Right.
Yeah. Until
So
the
what's the general storyline of the Deft?
end. It follows siblings. The one actor you met.
I think I met both of them.
Well,
The
no.
guy with the afro, and then
No, that is his friend Carter.
Oh.
But it follows siblings that after their father dies, they like square off in essence over who gets his fortune, and he kind of spirals in his own way, and she spirals in her own way, and there's some twists in there that, I mean, it's a psychological thriller, so you can't
Yeah.
really.
right. I
Give
see
it
what you're
away.
saying. You can't
Yeah.
just. Okay.
Yeah, you
Nice.
gotta watch it.
Yeah. How is it? So is it similar to your feature film?
The feature film is actually based on a true story that I uncovered helping my mother-in-law when my father-in-law passed away. I uncovered a story about an airplane bombing. So I like she was just like randomly throwing out information. And I was like, what are you talking about? So
Wait, your mother-in-law?
yeah,
So she
She was-
bombed an airplane?
she did not bomb an airplane. No, but there was a house title, and I pulled it out, and I was like, who's this name on the title? Because everything would need to be transferred to her name.
Yeah.
Because her husband passed away.
Okay, right.
And she was like, oh, that was this person, and oh, because her first husband died in a plane bombing. And that was never, like, reported. And I'm like, what? I can't deal with you right now. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, whatever. And so, like, and then I eventually came back and, like,
So that sparked
talked
an
to her.
idea of doing a film about.
Yeah, and then I got back to her about it, like, months later, but,
Okay.
yeah.
Do you think Josh is going to be in that one?
I think Josh and Nate and I worked so well together
Yeah.
as producers,
As producers,
that I
right.
think we will work on a feature film, like my next feature film together. I think we've established
Yeah,
Yeah.
working on set was pretty crazy. I don't know.
working
did
with
you-
actors, especially they love
Yeah.
that. So.
Yeah.
And we talked about how it only took 3 days. I feel like it would have taken a lot longer if we hadn't all been in the same household for those 3
Yes.
days.
One location makes it go so much more efficiently.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty welcoming
Yeah.
too, and
Yeah.
like everyone became more cohesive. They understood each other. They were able to mess around and joke with each other during dinner or breakfast, and I thought that was much better. And I don't know if you had told me about the feature film that had been working on.
No,
I don't know if you told me.
I didn't tell you about like what we just talked
Yeah.
about, but I did mention that I have.
Yeah, you
feature
did.
film.
Yeah,
That just was for you guys.
Nice.
Yeah.
wonderful.
That's a
Yeah.
high five exclusive.
I mean, I have like several, but I did talk to Dawson about it, like
The-
that last night.
The main character, Dawson, correct?
Yeah, like that when
And
he
the
was
depth.
asking about.
So was he the one with the afro?
No, he was,
Or he
the
was
one
the
with the
one-
scarf that was like you guys were messing around with.
So Josh, that was your first experience producing, right?
Yeah, that was my first
Yeah.
experience on a film set. I think like the only other experience I've had in like theater was in like 3rd grade. I was in a Tom Sawyer film or play, and I had one line.
Nice.
So yeah.
What
And-
character were you?
And I was like the kid that was like, "Hey Tom, I'll trade you this dog leash to paint the fence," or something like. We were trading
Yeah.
services to paint his fence.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Nice.
It was in 3rd grade.
Yeah. Inspiring.
Yeah, but no, it was fun. I remember you came. Nathan and I we were at a work meeting or a work trip down in Uptown
Yeah.
for in like November, and you came and it was
No,
before this.
Vera introduced
was
me
like-
to Nate.
It was last summer. She had come
It's like October.
and
or
pitched the
September.
idea at breakfast one morning, and we were like, yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it. This is something that we can take on.
And I was so
and
shocked.
I think it would be. We both agreed that we thought it'd be super fun. I remember going back that day and talking about how like what we can do to make it better. And then a few months later, she came and read us the script.
Yeah.
During this work trip, and we were so ecstatic to work with it. I had nothing but fun. It was definitely a draining experience,
Yeah.
working that many
Mm.
hours and just like being so intensely focused on
Right.
one goal for the weekend. Like I loved that aspect, but it was just a lot to deal with.
Yeah.
You guys
Weekend.
also running up to that were working 100 hours right before that. I couldn't believe
Yeah, we were.
that you were doing that.
Nathan was probably putting that much in. I was probably at like 70 to 80 hours. But yeah,
I was like,
It
"What
was
are you
a
guys
lot of-
doing?"
a lot of
but
work.
you didn't know like also what to expect for production
no.
because
So what
they were
is-
doing Rainbow Rain stuff
Oh yeah.
right before that, and I came in the week before to make sure everything was lining up, and so it was their very first production, and they
Yeah.
were like, "Oh yeah, those 3 days we're like on it," and the whole time I'm like, they have no idea, like what's gonna happen, and I'm not gonna tell them this,
Yeah.
because they like Rainbow Rain was like their their clothing line that they're launching.
Right.
But it was like literally 12-hour days they were putting in right up to that.
Mm-hmm.
Or sometimes even 15, like Nate was going all day long.
Yeah.
And then it was like The Deft, which was like 16, all day long.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was totally draining for them.
What is So is it production is it's mostly you like deal with like the logistics of making sure that everything runs smoothly.
Yep.
Correct.
Yep.
So like what are some of the things that you do?
So the first day I was in charge of getting breakfast for everyone, and that was
God.
quite the fiasco. I went
Nice.
to, I don't know if I should say the name, Big M Arches.
McDonald's.
We got like 100 hash browns, and I called them the day before to
Mhm.
make sure that they were done. And
Advance notice.
I think
That's
they,
a good call.
They salt bathed some oil on the hash browns, and that was it.
Yeah.
They weren't cooked.
They were
So,
mushy
from-
frozen.
So we had to figure
Ugh.
everything out to like get the crew breakfast and
Yep.
stuff like that. So my role with Nathan as executive producer was getting the locations down and make sure everyone is maybe not staying on schedule. I think that was more of the associate director, but we were just making sure everyone had their stuff when they needed it. Everyone was in place when they needed to be, and just having, like you said, the logistics of
Mhm.
everything.
Yeah.
I would say that was my main role.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like if a problem came up, it was like he was there to like just solve the problem. And a couple things came up, and it was like, what can I do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot
Nice.
of driving that weekend, just back and forth from the aquarium to the house that we were staying
Oh yeah.
at.
I suppose.
Yeah, so that was the one location there, and then we went Glen Sheen. There was this cemetery next
Oh, yeah.
to it, but there was what was that event that was happening?
Northern Winter
Was
Villages.
it the Winter
Duluth?
Village?
Yeah, Winter Villages, Duluth.
Or was
So
that- okay.
we had to like compete with that. So that kind of messed up our timing.
Yeah.
Just trying to find parking.
Oh my gosh, I imagine. Yeah,
And
the
so-
parking is crazy during the Winter Village.
So I I think an emergency vehicle left a cone out, so I just like parked in front of the cone, like that
Okay.
was a cone for me
Yeah.
on the street,
Nice.
and like left my car there. I'm like, and nobody cared. Like the
Uh-huh.
police went by, didn't care.
Yeah.
And I like pulled open the gate to the cemetery, and like I was like, okay, let's just go there and like
And so some of it was filmed in the cemetery
yes,
there.
yeah, because
Okay.
I talked with Dennis Lampkin, who was a big help.
Nice. I hope Dennis watches my podcast. Everybody,
Yeah.
literally every single person in Duluth knows who Dennis Lampkin is. Do you know who Dennis Lampkin is? Except for Casey, everybody else in Duluth.
He was very helpful with locations too. Like he met for breakfast one as well and helped with just making sure we could film there. He said it's public, so
Yeah.
there was no one to even talk to get permission. So
Of the graveyard
yeah,
is public?
hmm
Oh wow, I didn't know that. That's
yeah.
kind of
But I mean,
exciting.
it was
Now you
so
know.
it was so busy and like filled with snow. Like
yeah.
I don't
suppose.
think if it had been like a less busy day,
Right.
maybe somebody would have said something to us. Who knows?
Yeah.
But-
That's
I mean, those scenes still turned out like Nathan and I we have all
Beautiful
of the
scenes.
footage on some SSD drives at our house,
Mhm.
and they were so impactful.
Mhm.
That scene, like I got goosebumps from watching. I don't remember the actress's name. Elora, and then what was the
Joseph Biesnick.
yeah, like that scene gave me goosebumps.
Yeah.
It was a
was
really,
really
fun
good.
scene.
Yeah.
So when does the deft? It's. I think you were telling me earlier. It's the rough.
The rough cut will be finished in 1 or 2 weeks.
Okay.
And so, depending on how it looks,
Yeah.
it could be done shortly after that, or it could take another 1 or 2 weeks.
So a rough cut
after.
is like the equivalent of like a rough draft, correct?
Yeah.
Like when you're writing a paper.
Yeah.
So you watch it and
he's
there may be
giving I gave him all my notes, Sebastian, our editor, and
Got it.
he's going to, based off of that, give me his best try, and then we'll have our like a 4-hour meeting in his office and talk about
Yeah.
like what we think.
That's crazy. There's so
Yeah.
much that goes
Wow.
into
Yeah.
making movies.
Yeah.
Ugh. I don't think I could
So-
do it. I don't think I could. I don't think I could be a director. I don't have the patience for that kind of
Right?
stuff.
Like that's
There's no
what
way. Yeah. So then
There you
the final cut then
final cut
is that like
is.
June?
No, it'll be
May?
April. It'll be
April.
March or April.
Oh dang.
Yeah,
Nice.
it'll be done soon.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that'll be. So where can people watch the deft?
Well, it'll be submitted to festivals, but for us, like
Mhm.
we'll have a screening for everyone who was in
Ooh.
it or
Yeah.
participated in it to
Nice.
watch.
That'd be
Both-
cool.
yeah.
So what festivals do you go to showcase it?
Well, we are going to submit to Stockholm International. That's like a big important one
Like
to
Stockholm,
us.
Sweden?
Stockholm, Sweden. Yes.
So
um,
you'll go to Sweden to...
if we get it accepted there, we will.
Oh, we're going.
We're gonna
international.
go. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We want to go. So and other international ones. We just want to go and like experience like the festivals, like Cannes. Even I'm sure we'll try for that one.
Where's Cannes?
I don't know.
France.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what's like the goal with like doing these festivals? Is it just the experience of doing it, or do you hope to like win like a prize?
Yeah,
Or,
well,
like,
not
cash.
a prize, but when you get into the more prestigious festivals, that is an accolade, and people want to work with you.
Okay.
So when people want to work with you, that can get your projects funded
Mm-hmm.
and made.
Yeah.
So you don't have to like work so hard to, you know, get something, get
yeah.
attention or
Yeah.
noticed.
Yeah. So it's
Gives you
it's
more
like the natural
accolades.
progression of the
Yeah.
through the business or whatever.
Mhm.
So I mean, what's your like final goal? Where would you like to end up?
I want to direct like
The big
films.
ones?
Yeah,
With Leo?
sure.
Do you think Leo could have done what I did out there that day?
Yeah, I think you guys could stand toe to toe.
Josh says no way,
I don't think
Jose.
there's a single actor that could
Yeah.
outperform us.
I agree actually. I thought we did really well. I'm excited to see it.
Next generation of actors, you know.
There you
Maybe
go.
Tom
Yeah.
Hardy and Cillian Murphy.
Who's Killian Murphy? I don't think I know who that is.
Cillian Murphy is Thomas Shelby from Peaky Blinders, and
Ooh, I
Tom
didn't-
Tom
oh.
Hardy is
Okay.
he's
Yeah, I know who that
Alfie.
is. Yeah. Yeah, those guys are good. What does an actor do you think? If an actor's trying to make it, let's say hypothetically I've decided tomorrow that I want to be an actor as like my profession.
Mhm.
What would my steps be?
Well, your steps would be to get nice headshots.
Got it. Casey?
So,
Gotcha.
or Josh
Can this be the
even.
thumbnail?
Josh.
Yeah.
Josh
Ah.
can do headshots, and then get an agent.
Oh,
And-
where do I find one of those?
Minneapolis has some agents if you wanted to stay local. Chicago is
Mm.
also.
And that's pretty important. You need one, probably.
Yeah, yeah. You can also submit yourself on like certain websites, like Actors Access is Breakdown Services, where
Yeah.
you can find some, but not all of auditions. But you
That's
do
such an
need agent.
interesting
They're
one. I
like
know
the
so little
gatekeepers.
about all of that, but I think
Right.
it's really interesting.
Well, my
Like,
daughter is an actress, so I kind of know quite a bit about that.
Nice.
So, because we lived in LA
You're-
and she had agents and managers out there.
13? Wait, did you say you
My
have 13?
10-year-old.
Okay. Your 10-year-old is a daughter?
Yeah, yes.
Or, no, I'm
She-
sorry, your
my
10-year-old
10-year-old is a daughter.
Sorry, no, she's
And
an actress, I think?
she's-
Not wrong.
She started
Yeah, that's exactly
acting
right.
at the age of 4, so
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What kind of stuff was she in?
she's done commercials, and she was in The Deaf too. She was young.
Did I see her? Do you think I would have bumped into her?
She was at the aquarium, just sitting around,
Oh, okay.
being like
Nice.
a PA.
Does she enjoy it, doing like the acting
Mhm.
thing?
Yeah, I think she's wants to do more comedy. She's like kind of tired of the drama. Yeah.
Okay. You don't think that comedy is you're more of a thriller /
I
drama?
did a comedy
gal?
before I did the thriller, but I am more of a thriller for. I mean, when Bodie, you know who Bodie? What's his last name?
Like Warner. Is that
Buddy Warner. He,
I think-
he's a Duluth director. He did some behind the scenes video for The Deaf, and he interviewed, and I had said that just what naturally comes out is dark. So I was happy to do a comedy because it's hard for me to write it. I love
Yeah.
comedy. I just can't.
it's easier for you to do
Oh,
like sad things, not sad,
sad and creepy,
but like
dark.
yeah. No, I feel you. So you would need to become an actor. You think you would need an agent. What kind
No, not to. You would need an agent to get you auditions that are hard to come by because
Right.
the casting directors only provide those auditions to the agents.
the agents? Yeah.
So how are you? So you had showed us some clips of people auditioning for the certain roles.
Mm.
How did they get to you?
So I hired Ruth to be my casting director, and she, because we only stayed local,
Mm-hmm.
she had a whole file of local actors.
Okay, so she contacted them.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does an actor do to set themselves apart from all the other schmucks that are trying to get the job?
They go to
Schmucks.
acting
I don't
classes
think I ever said that word.
and, just work on their craft.
Yeah.
and Stay, you know,
It was
just.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
It was interesting, like when you were showing us those clips, the difference between someone that's in theater and someone that has
Film.
Film, yeah,
Yes.
like
Because
Theater
it's
versus
more.
film?
yeah, they're
Yeah.
very exaggerated
Over the top
of their
versus
actions.
more just in the moment.
Yeah, like
Um,
real life versus exaggerated real life, or am I?
No,
am
like
I just
someone
crazy?
might project more and use their hands.
Mm,
And where in film you need to be just, your arms need to be down and you need to just use your face to portray that emotion and just be still. Like you can't use like your hands
right.
to
It's weird.
talk. Like we're in theater,
Yeah,
it just is because
you're up on stage,
You're on
and there's a
stage.
presence to it where
Yeah.
I feel like if I was watching a movie and people were doing that, I wouldn't be able to take the movie very seriously.
right.
Hmm.
And if you weren't in theater and someone was just like this
Yeah.
talking,
Get off the stage.
yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Did you?
because
were you
then
like?
on film you're only seeing this, so you
Oh, I
don't want to
suppose.
be like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a good
Were you in
point.
like drama class or anything like that?
I'm not an actor.
Right. Oh,
I'm
that's
just
right.
like I like
suppose
writing
It
and
wouldn't make any sense.
directing. But I have I think I've I've been in the classes that my daughter's taken to
Mm.
see like
So she's a drama student.
yes, yeah. Like
Okay.
not drama, but film and
Okay.
like
Yeah.
out there.
I thought that stuff was cool, but I always kind of felt like it was kind of like weird people that would typically be in drama class.
Like in theater?
Yeah. It just
Yeah.
like it felt like if I joined theater, like that I would get made fun of
Oh,
for joining theater.
that's sad.
Am I crazy, or is that? I feel like that's the
No,
thing.
you're not crazy. I felt that too.
Yeah, that it just seemed like the theater. Like
I
it
think-
was.
I think
was
it's changing.
Is it?
Yeah, like my school was very accepting towards it.
Yeah.
And then in
Hmm.
college, like it was kind like I don't know if in college
I
it
feel like
became
a
a
lot of
bigger.
people would think you were very cute and
Thanks.
and like you'd be very popular. Like
People
Glee
are
Club, all that is like in right now.
kids are so ruthless in elementary and high
I
school
missed it.
though. Like
I'm like
How old are you?
25, so I must have
How
just
are you?
missed
Where
it.
did you go to school?
Small town, teeny little town, graduating class
Well,
of
that's
86
why.
kids. That's totally why.
Yeah, if you had
'Cause I
gone
just- I
in
remember just-
Minneapolis, there's like a million art schools for
Yeah,
kids. Like
that
it's
sounds cool.
popular.
it sounds like it's situational. And I
Yeah.
It
think,
must have been. Yeah.
I think it is getting a lot better. I think it's definitely more respected now. Like
Yeah.
I feel like 10 years ago, parents were like, "You got to go to school and get a real job," but now
Right.
it's definitely way more accepted.
Yeah. Wow. I must have missed it. I always thought theater was super cool. I loved the idea of like getting in front of everybody and
You didn't miss
like,
out. In Duluth, there's
performing or
even
everything.
what's the theater like?
I
Where
think I missed it.
It's
like we had an actress local. Like it was so hard to find diversity out here, but fortunately we found one person, and her name is Daisha Ramsey, who's gorgeous and super talented. And what was the name of the theater that she works at?
Playhouse.
The Playhouse?
Duluth Playhouse.
Was she there the day that I was there?
No, she was on the
Day
second
two.
day.
Day 2 afternoon.
Oh. Oh,
Okay,
let me
maybe not
just
then.
show you a picture of her.
Okay.
I mean,
Hmm.
she's just.
So are there Josh? Are there like Duluth actors that like live in Duluth and operate?
She's in Duluth.
Yeah, I don't think that I met her.
No.
I don't know. I know that the Duluth Playhouse is pretty big, and
Yeah.
they do some
Oh, yeah.
pretty cool productions.
And who did I meet? We met Kyle Picha.
That was
was really
Nathan's
nice.
affiliation. I'm not too sure.
Well, I met a lot of theater people that helped connect me. Like Carrie Greer, I met. She ended up becoming my art director
Mm-hmm.
and an actress in the film because, like, I just needed people.
Yeah.
So she ended up doing both things
Oh,
for me
nice. Yeah.
for like just free.
Nice.
I
I
know.
felt like I didn't reject theater. I think theater rejected me.
Oh, really?
It's like it was not for me as a
Aw.
kid.
Why do you say that?
I feel like you
I
would be.
I was in two plays. The first one was in like
Oh, what?
first grade. Didn't have a single line, and then the Tom Sawyer one I had one line. And it
It's
just,
a line.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but there were kids that had way more lines, and I was jealous. And it was tough
Yeah.
at that age.
Uh-huh.
So I went to sports,
Hockey.
hockey, and
How's
soccer.
your finger doing? I'm
It's all
like
good.
obsessed with that right now.
Yeah, there was.
What'd you do to it?
We had an accident
There was a mirror that fell. It
on
wasn't.
us.
It wasn't.
I had a bruise for 2 weeks after that on my arm.
It wasn't from a spirit. It was. Was that?
It could have been.
No, it was Nate.
It was Nate.
It was Nate. We were doing a photo shoot upstairs. Like I think it was like the day after.
Video shoot.
Was it the day after?
It was like the day after.
Yeah. So we filmed until Sunday evening, and then Monday we
Monday.
shot some more stuff.
That I was gonna help direct
some more-
since I was there.
Some more behind the scenes, and
No, for Rainbow Rain.
oh yeah, it was for Rainbow Rain, and
Plug.
one of the yeah
Nice. That's
Plug.
all right. Nate plugged it when he was on the podcast.
yeah, and a
months
mirror
ago.
fell on my fingers.
And scraped my arm.
Yeah, and hit your arm. And this wasn't just any mirror. It was probably
big.
like
It was the
90 to
gigantic
100
200
pounds.
pound floor to ceiling mirror.
Oh no.
And we saw it come tumbling, or he saw
You're
it come
lucky you
tumbling
didn't
down
need,
to
like,
almost.
stitches or something though.
Well, he probably did
I
need
probably,
them.
I probably.
And then I
could
looked
have
down, I'm
got
like,
them.
there's blood. And so we all check ourselves, and then he looks, and it's him.
Mm.
I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
And it was your hands. It was
Yeah,
your finger.
I-
that
And
day.
like, I
I'd-
think we went through like, what, 20 Band-Aids or something?
Yeah. I'd take a scar over the coronavirus though.
And just like,
Boom,
oh, I guess I
there it
can't
is.
play hockey.
There's the transition right there.
we didn't talk. We didn't plan that.
Yeah, no, we
But
didn't plan that.
sometimes, like, little kids, it's very competitive. But then once you're older, like you've grown into, like, having a very, like, a look that's good for film.
A theater look.
No,
Thank
film.
you.
Like film.
I appreciate.
Oh, a
that.
film look.
Yeah.
I'm
TV.
definitely behind the camera type of person, but
Yeah, you're a good
I
producer.
appreciate that.
Might throw you some lines.
Liz, are you afraid about the coronavirus?
Am I afraid of the coronavirus?
Yeah.
I'm more afraid of, like, influenza A. And let me tell you why.
Okay.
Because I went to my friend, all her kids got sick with it, and then she got sick with
With
it.
influenza A.
With influenza A.
Got it.
And they were sick for like nearly a month. And I went to the Minnesota Health Report and like online to
Mhm.
check it out. And it's like very high alert. Like there's been nearly 3,000 cases and like several hundred deaths within this last year.
Oh wow.
And so like
And that's in the States? Or
That's
that's
in
America?
Minnesota.
Minnesota. Oh wow.
yeah. So I'm like, well, why am I not hearing about it?
Yeah.
So and then coronavirus
Mm.
came out.
Yeah.
So I'm concerned about coronavirus, but I'm like,
You-
what if they like back to back is like kind of like what I'm worried about, like influenza
Getting the
A and then
flu,
coronavirus.
And
then
then you
it's
finally get better.
and then get.
And then you get the coronavirus.
I'm concerned about just not being told like the truth. Like it's just that's what I'm concerned
It feels
about.
like the media blows some of these things out of proportion.
Well, it
I think
also
that Josh
feels,
thinks otherwise. I think he
I
thinks
don't
it's
think the
coming for
U.S.
us.
is preparing.
I don't
for
think
it
we're
as well as
prepared
they
for
should.
it.
I don't know
think
what to
it's-
do though. Casey, what do we do?
We're supposed to wash our hands.
I don't know,
That's
I
what
don't
we're
watch the
supposed.
news.
I don't watch the news
Casey and I
either.
don't know
I
what to do.
read.
This
I
is the
read the
news.
news.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, like you
exactly.
had, I mean, we don't have, what is it, like under 100 cases in the United States right now
that
I
we
don't
know
know.
about.
that we know about, and I mean, obviously China's the epicenter of this issue.
Right.
Well,
and
South Korea,
Yep, but I'm saying like Japan has completely shut down.
North
schools.
Korea is not going to tell us anything. They're right by China.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I'm saying like, Japan has taken the protocol of shutting down all of their schools, and I think that's
Wow.
I don't.
Let me tell you this. I got an email from our superintendent at school, my
Really?
kid's school, and it was about coronavirus.
Really.
In
and
Minneapolis?
they're what they're gonna be coming up with some sort of solution if coronavirus happens.
That's probably good to be prepared though.
Yeah, you should have
Yes.
protocols set in place
Yeah.
just in case. And I mean, what was it, swine flu?
Mm.
That was a huge epidemic. That was terrible. and
Yeah.
that
What
Was
was
it a-
that, like 6 or 7 years ago? Something.
It's
Something like that.
Still, that's influenza A. That's, I mean, it's what part of the influenza A?
the
It's H1N1.
I need to research this stuff more. I think.
yeah, there was a video I was watching of how like the rate of contraction in H1N1 was far worse than what the coronavirus is right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that I don't know how long ago that was, but
Yeah, something like that. I thought.
Still
Okay, then, but we
scary
had
nonetheless.
Ebola last year.
yeah,
But that,
that fizzled out pretty quick.
yeah,
We got that under control.
there weren't even that many people that died.
Yeah,
But Corona's like affecting the financial
It gets
markets.
in your lungs. The person that got it in California, like without going anywhere, is intubated right now. Yeah.
It was like a college-aged woman too, wasn't it?
No, 50s, 51, I think.
A 51-year-old woman.
Wow.
Mhm.
Gosh, that would be terrible. Could you imagine being the only person in the state that
And she
has?
doesn't even know how she got it.
Ugh.
That's the thing. They're
She
like
hasn't
trying to find
traveled or
out
anything?
how she got it. No, she did not travel. So how did she get it?
It must have been a product or something that was maybe manufactured in China.
who knows?
Yeah, who knows? I don't know. I was in. I've been to the Chicago airport twice in the last month, and each time everybody had they had the masks on, and
Really?
oh yeah,
Yeah, you can't get those right now.
yeah, because
like-
they're manufactured in China.
Yeah. Well, no, not even that. I
And
feel
they're
like
probably sold out.
Yeah.
Well, the stock market's hugely affected.
It is.
So
What
that's
is-
one thing.
I think yesterday it was down 7%.
So I don't know
Was
if it
that in like 30 minutes too?
Yeah, it was quick.
Yeah. Wow. We had we had the news on last night at work, and it was just like headline listening. It was just I heard that snippet, and I like actually like turned around to watch what was going on. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's like good, like for someone, and like my husband just got his bonus from work, and part of that package is stock from company.
Oh, nice.
So, but it's in shares.
From the company he works for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he got like a dollar amount that's worth a certain value, but that was based off of yesterday. So if it recovers, then it suddenly is going to.
Oh yeah, that's a good
valued
point.
a lot
Oh,
more.
which it definitely will. I mean, anytime the market
It'll
adjusts
bounce back.
on things that aren't actually relevant to the financial statements of the company,
Mhm.
it feels like they typically bounce back because it's all
Yeah.
just out of emotion. So,
Mhm.
coronavirus might be a good time to invest. I'm not giving you financial advice, people, but think about it.
Yeah. If things are down, that's
How
the
much does it
time.
cost to make a 20-minute film? A good one,
Okay.
like The Deft.
Well, I had a lot of help. Like Nate gave us locations, and Nathan Lipinski. We sat down and we
Nice.
tabulated like what it would have cost me to make
Tabulated?
that film without the help.
Yeah,
Like Great Lakes Aquarium let us film there for free,
that's awesome.
and Nathan also let us film for 3 days. They housed all our cast and crew for
Wow.
3 days as well.
I mean, that's probably tens of thousands of dollars that you saved, right?
Yes.
That's huge.
And as well as the crew gave me a break on their rates as
Mhm.
well.
Okay.
And like the boom operator, David Carone, he only came up like for gas money. And like that's what a lot of people did because they were like, well, I just want to film because you're shooting in the aquarium because I've never done that before.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like a perk for them.
Yeah.
And you talk about if you want to talk about the production value of
The production value was
like that's a whole nother aspect of what that film
Right.
was.
So the cash came out of my pocket, right, with the editing. So, like, that, I don't know if we want to not talk about post, but just for that filming, it was like $10,000.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, and that was just cast and crew and food. But actually, Josh and Nate, like, and Dino, like, they, like, paid for the food even. Like, I didn't even pay for the food.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Oh, I paid for some of the food.
The hundreds
I think
of
I paid
hash
like
browns?
crafty, but they paid like for catering,
Oh nice.
like so the
Yeah.
meals.
Not
More
only
than
did
the
we
hash
cater,
browns.
we cooked too.
Yes.
Nice.
Like
Star in the film, executive producer, and head chef.
Holy
Yes.
cow.
yes,
weekend.
it was very
That's
nice.
a big weekend.
So it was like the value like with not having to pay for locations.
Yeah.
And getting the rates was like $35,000 is so when the film is done, it's gonna look like a $35,000 film.
Yeah.
But it's a short film, so I don't know if like it's
Mhm.
how you would compare that to.
Right.
But
Yeah.
it's big budget. You know.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So then, as you said, the idea with this one is hopefully it's a massive success.
Yeah.
And then you'll be able to get funding to do
And
bigger and
then-
bigger and longer
yeah,
films.
Exactly. It's successful, and then when I have my feature that I'm gonna work on while I'm here, since I have
Yeah.
the mansion to myself,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no kidding.
then I can, when I pitch it to actors, there'll be some name recognition.
You actors? Did you hear that, Josh? Or are you talking to us?
I definitely heard that.
Name actors
Oh, okay.
for the bigger port, because that's how you get funding.
I get it.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you know,
Yeah.
like ScarJo. It's like
No, I get it. If you need another college-aged asshole, though,
I'll definitely
Or
call.
another softie to get beat up.
yeah, exactly.
Well, you know,
I
he
won't-
did
I
push
won't be
you
that
into
guy.
him,
Yeah.
and is like he was just standing there.
Okay. If you need someone to like hype up the main character, I can do that too.
Nice.
You did good.
Thank you.
That was fun. I called my mom right afterwards, and I told her I was in a movie.
You didn't tell her before?
No, because it was extremely last minute. I was, I think Nate had texted me.
Oh.
He texted me at like
So
10,
even that night,
He texted me at 10 p.m. the night before. He said,
Oh.
hey, can you be at the aquarium at 8:30 tomorrow morning to be
well, thank
like
you
an extra
so
in a film?
much.
Yeah,
like,
no,
you didn't
it was.
even. I
I don't
thought
know, I was
like
just-
even
I was
at the
really
dinner, like
No, I didn't know until, like I said, it was 10 o'clock the night before. I remember I was out with a friend at Sir Ben's, and I was like, oh my god, this is sweet. I'm like, for sure I'm gonna do this. So then he's like, yeah, just be there at 8:30 tomorrow. And then the next morning at 6:30, I got a text message from I forget her name, but she texted me and said, just wanted to give you a reminder, we're gonna need you here at 7 a.m. today.
is it Ruth?
That might have been it.
Yeah.
That's
I
my
think-
one
so
of
I
my
was like-
producers. She's
I woke
just
up at like
like
6:30 and I was like, oh my god, I thought it was 8:30, and I was excited. Like I quick jumped up, and I pictured like an entire film like waiting on me to like come there. So I was like freaking out, which I
Oh.
couldn't have been more wrong.
we
but
needed
I
everyone
showed
there.
up and was like panicking. I was like, all right, I'm here, and they're like, okay, cool, just go hang out. And I was like,
Yes,
which
thank
was
you.
it was fine. It was just funny. I was panicking in the car ride over there. But I think we ended up filming at like noon or something like that. So I just hung around with Dennis Lampkin all morning and ate hash browns.
You did not.
I don't think I actually had it
Yeah,
at
because I
McDonald's.
think we had
I
to
brought
like
those
return.
back.
Yeah.
yeah.
I got my money back.
Nice.
I didn't
Like a
eat
You
it.
did? You brought your money back?
I brought
even?
a
Yeah.
soggy bag of hash
Yeah,
browns
that's
in, and
true.
they were,
Sick.
we're so sorry. They did a great job.
They did.
Plug to McDonald's, like they were awesome. They
Nice.
totally apologized for the situation. And
Yeah.
that was great.
That's awesome. Maybe next time just only burgers.
Yeah.
Who knows?
So I have some Sacramento like connections that I don't think that people know about. Like, I grew up, well, in Sacramento.
Okay.
A
Sacktown.
few houses down from me, Captain Marvel. Do you know the actress?
Oh.
Hugh Jackman, is that his name?
Oh, it's a-
Captain
it's a woman.
Marvel.
I don't know.
How
I'm
dare
very
you.
good
Brie
at
Larson.
actors. Oh, okay.
What's her name again?
Brie Larson.
That's it.
She grew up down the street from me, and she was
Oh,
like
really?
good friends with my neighbors, Kaylee and Krista.
Is
But, I mean, they were
she-
younger than me. Her
I was
name.
gonna say she's probably 30, you think?
Yeah.
28, 29, 30? 31?
Like yeah, probably like 29 or 30.
I think she's like top 3 biggest celebrity crushes
Mm.
that I have.
Yeah. So she, like my neighbors, like their daughters that I used to babysit, were best friends with her, and her name was like Brianna back then.
Oh, okay.
So before she
Shortened it
moved
up.
to LA. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So you've met her. You know her.
Well,
You have her phone number?
no.
Okay.
And I did not meet her because I was like the cool older like teenager who was like
Yeah.
like I
Not
only
gonna go
like
hang out with.
n-
Little did you know it was
No.
Captain Marvel. Could you imagine if you knew that? What would you have done differently if you knew she was gonna end up?
I don't know.
Would you have
maybe I would.
babysat her more or something?
I didn't babysit her. I babysat her like friends. So
Oh.
I'm not in tune with the Marvel universe.
Really?
Isn't that the guy with the? Or is that
It's a
Captain
girl.
America?
That's
You're thinking
not-
of Captain America.
You're thinking of
And
Chris
which is-
Evans.
And who are you
Which
saying?
is
What character are you
Brie
saying?
Larson.
Captain Marvel. She.
Oh.
She's got.
Is
And I'm thinking Captain
blonde.
America.
You're thinking of Chris
Yes.
Evans.
Okay.
Yeah. But first you said
Alright.
Hugh Jackman, which is Wolverine.
Yeah.
Wolverine. Oh, okay, that's okay. Don't know actors' names
Yeah.
that well.
Yeah, he's an X-Men.
Okay. Is that in the Marvel universe too?
It is in the Marvel universe, but it's Sony, right? It's not even part of
I don't know.
like I don't think they are crossed universe. Anyway,
Don't ask me.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah.
So do you have any other like?
yes,
do you
and then
know
Greta
something?
Gerwig was also from Sacramento.
Okay, and she's a director. You said.
She's closer to my age, but I'm still a little bit older than her. And she directed a film called Lady Bird. And like I also like she went to Catholic school and I went to Catholic school.
Okay.
But I went to a different Catholic school. So but like the film is just like so weird that and it's like filmed in Sacramento and it's just very like weirdly relatable.
Lady Bird is.
Yes, because like being from Sacramento is just like very boring and like it's a bigger town than how many people were in the town that you grew up. Like you said there was 86 people in your school.
Yeah, my graduating class. The town of Crosby, Minnesota, I think is 2,000 people.
So 2,000 people. So that's how big Sacramento feels. It just feels like there's nothing to do.
Isn't it the capital of California?
It's the capital of California. There's probably like 1 million people in it. But I mean, it
Yeah.
literally feels like nobody lives
Really?
there.
I don't think I've ever heard anything about it other
There's-
than it being the capital.
Sacramento Kings are there. I mean, I always have to like say like what there is. It's just
Yeah.
like whatever.
It's kind of you said it's northernish.
It's
Northerner.
like it's northern and then it's east of San Francisco.
Okay. So you know Greta.
I
and
don't know Greta,
you-
but
oh, you
there's
don't.
also Colin Hanks. Like, so when I was in high school, I was
Tom
like,
Hanks' son.
Tom Hanks' son. So I was like, but this was when I was in high school. There was like no Google, so that's how old I am.
Interesting.
So I was like, I'm going to like make films and like be like this Sacramento first person from Sacramento to like make films and be
Hell
famous.
yeah.
And then like I opened up the paper because
Uh-huh.
that's how you got your news.
Weird.
And like there was an article about like Colin Hanks being Tom Hanks' son, and then I was just like so angry. That
Is he from Sacramento?
Yes,
Is Tom from Sacramento?
I think he might have been because his son from like a
Casey, you
previous
know?
marriage. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think maybe he was. I don't know or lived there.
Yeah.
But I was really mad because there was some.
There's still time to beat him though. Colin Hanks is big, but is he really that big?
But I'm not the first. Like my goal was
Oh,
like
you
I'm
wanna
gonna
be
be
the
the
first.
yeah I'm gonna be like the first
Is he a
like
director?
filmmaker out of Sacramento. Well, I'm not. No, like there's Greta, there's Brie,
Oh, okay. So
there's
you're saying,
Colin Hanks,
Well, what if
and
you were, like, the
actually
seventh?
there's Jessica Chastain.
I don't,
She's
see, I
from
don't even know
Sacramento.
who that is. She can't be that big. Jessica.
Chastain.
Do you know who that is, Josh?
The only person I know is Tom Hanks. And you know,
Okay.
you want to know who else I know?
Liz.
Okay.
That's a good point.
That
Who
is
did
a
you
good
know
point.
first? Tom Hanks? Oh, probably Tom Hanks. So that's.
Tom Hanks stole my heart in Catch Me If You Can. With Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh yeah, I just
That
recently
movie's
watched
the
that movie
best.
for the first time.
This is
so
Jessica
good.
Chastain.
Oh yeah, she was in.
Let's look at her. Where can we see her?
Mm,
Movies.
We'll have to put a
It-
picture up of her.
Oh, she was in
post.
It. That's probably where I know her
Zero
from.
Dark 30, Dark Phoenix. That's
No,
it.
it doesn't ring a bell.
Okay,
She's
so
okay.
you want to be an actor, but you don't really watch a lot of movies.
I watch a fair amount of movies. I'm not great with names. Is
Oh,
kind of another thing. So I may have seen them in a movie, but I don't know.
she's a great actress.
And I don't like strive to be an actor. I always thought like if it just landed on my lap, then sure I would do it. Which the odds of that happening are slim. Although I got a job, or I got a gig, and it kind of landed on my lap
Yeah,
in a small way.
I know.
but
Yeah.
it's I don't know.
And why weren't you part of my film? Like,
Yeah, Casey, where are you at?
Nathan
I
actually-
I needed like
I
crew
would've
to
been-
help.
Nathan hit me up and I think I gave him my number. He said he would hit me up if he needed help, but
Oh.
I needed
Ghost him.
like, I needed like some crew. I needed like,
hit me
Next
up
time.
I'd be
Feature
I
film.
needed an AC, like a second AC. Like
What's an
when-
AC?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Air conditioner.
assistant camera.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Yeah,
desperately
what
needed
kind
one.
of cameras were they filming on, do you know?
We had a Red Dragon 8, and we, yeah,
Just
Which
one?
for-
Or like-
yeah,
Flip.
just one.
really? You just have one camera?
Flip
for
camera.
filming?
Yeah,
For anyone out there, this camera is unbelievable.
it was, and we
Well, it is,
anamorphic
like, the most
lenses
expensive
and
camera in the world.
Yeah, there was one point during the weekend I was carrying a case and I jokingly said, to the guy behind me. I was like, "Oh, what's in here?" And the guy was like, "Oh, just about $100,000 worth of lens." My stomach dropped so quick because I was joking around, like probably doing something I shouldn't have with the case, and he told me that, and I felt so bad.
Yes, and
I was just, why are they so
well,
expensive?
the
That's
lenses,
what I was just gonna say. Why
the
are they so
lenses were
expensive?
$250,000
What?
in value.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Like, if you
just
hold
the
it,
lenses.
you hold
hearing
it, and then you see like a Ferrari, and you're like, "Yep, these are about the same."
Because they were anamorphic, and anamorphic is
my
like
gosh,
the
what does that
top. Oh, it's just.
Is that a name brand or is that a scientific term?
It means they go in water.
No.
Is that amphibious?
No,
okay.
anamorphic is. It means that it's the way it captures the light, and it also it's flatter. Like, the image is flatter when it captures it.
Okay.
So in a normal lens, like some of the light that it's
Isn't there a space?
the light is like ovals, but with anamorphic, it's like. I mean, it is a lot of technical.
Okay. It's just
I
a,
can't
it's a
describe
big
it.
deal. I'll just assume it's a
Yeah,
big deal.
yeah, it's a big deal.
$250,000 lens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there were 2 sets of them.
There were
'Cause
several lenses.
I know that there were 2 sets of lenses because they were one of the directors or one of the camera guys was going down for another film on the next that Monday. Because didn't we switch
Yeah.
on Sunday?
No, we didn't switch. They just took them all down and returned them on Sunday.
I thought there was a second. So I'm not familiar with the terms on set, but who was the guy that was focusing the camera? What is that?
That was the
position?
first assistant camera.
Yep. So
that's what
the
Casey can be.
The second assistant camera guy brought different lenses up. Because I thought he was going to another film like the day after. Or does that not
Nope.
ring a bell? Okay, I'm definitely wrong then.
No, it was the same lenses.
Okay.
He could have brought a different autofocus.
Maybe that was it.
But I had the same equipment throughout because I paid to have that equipment.
Do you buy it or do you rent your equipment?
Rent.
Okay, that seems like the
Yeah.
right thing to do, right?
Well, I don't
Or maybe I
own
don't know.
equipment. I'm just a director. I'm not a cameraman, so I don't own
Mm.
any equipment.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me neither. I have a flip camera. Did
I
you ever
have
have one of
I have an
those?
Oh my
iPhone
goodness.
camera.
Casey, did you ever use flips?
I never had one, but my friends had them for sure growing up.
Nice.
Before iPhones were a thing.
Right. Yeah, those are the real.
Yeah.
Those are the real deal. So, are you? I'm sorry. Maybe you already said this, and I was daydreaming or something. Are you filming your next feature film in Duluth at all?
I might. It depends on the incentives that Minnesota, I guess Minnesota, does their budget every 2 years? Like, California does it every year, but I just heard that they do it every 2 years.
Okay.
But their rebates are pretty, stingy for film.
Minnesota's are.
Yes. So I really want to do it in Minnesota. So that's
Yeah.
my goal.
Okay.
So, but I think
If
to
not
get
Minnesota.
producers, I just need them to do rebates for, to get them on board.
Yeah. If not Minnesota, then where?
I don't know. I really
Wisconsin.
no.
Superior.
No.
Ugh, don't go to Superior.
No.
Gross.
Maybe Illinois. They
Oh.
have a 30% rebate.
Like Chi-Town.
Yeah. Maybe.
Okay.
Do you like Chi-Town?
Yeah, Chicago was nice. Yeah, sure.
It's similar.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
not so bad. You been to Chicago, Josh?
I have.
You like it or you don't like it?
It was alright. I like New York much better.
I've never been to New York.
Did
What
you
if-
go to New York?
I've been to New York, but I would much rather go to California.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
admit that.
Mm-hmm.
California has a 25. Yeah, that's where I'm from. So
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
I could do Sacramento, but I
Mm,
feel like that's been
Sacktown.
done.
Yeah.
You've never been there.
How
do you call it Sacktown?
I know. I just like saying that. I don't know why. I think it's
That's
funny.
I
I know. I've been
opening a
to.
soccer,
I've been
a
to
soccer
Huntington
team.
Beach a couple of times. I've been to San Diego a couple of times. I've been to LA a couple of times. So
That's where I
I've
moved
pretty much
from.
just been to
I lived in LA
more
before
southern.
I moved here.
Yeah. Did you like LA or is the traffic
Yes.
too bad?
I loved LA. My
Okay.
husband hated LA.
You
so.
don't. So you're fine with the traffic or
I lived with the traffic because I liked
the other
LA.
things?
Yeah, I liked all the other things.
Mhm. Gosh,
So.
that's tough. What do you think about those underground roads that Elon Musk's trying to put in?
My husband worked for SpaceX for Elon Musk before
Really?
we moved here.
What was his job?
So,
Was he an engineer?
yeah, he worked on the
Oh,
rockets.
that's really
so,
cool.
So I got to do like the Hyperloop, go to the competitions and stuff.
Whoa.
So I mean and then he was actually building before we moved. He was boring into the ground,
Uh-huh.
and so, I mean, yeah, it's fine.
That is so cool. You big Boring Company fan?
No, when I was in college, there was this kid that bought a boring hat, and I had no idea what it was.
Oh, yeah.
And I found out that they sold not a flamethrower,
Flamethrower.
and I was
Uh-huh.
just taken back. I thought it was pretty cool. Is that what that project is under? It's
Yeah,
Boring
it's the
Company.
Boring Company, which is, I mean, it's like just a funny name because
Yeah.
Elon Musk
Yeah.
is like a hilarious dude.
But
But
that's-
he did like a few funding rounds to raise funding for the Boring Company. Yeah, and that's the Boring Company's goal is to do underground tunnels
Okay.
so that there's less traffic in Los
Really?
Angeles. So that was like the first thing
I'm
that they
just
did was they
like-
sold not a flamethrower
Yeah.
thing, which
It makes
I'm
me
mad at myself
worried.
because I had one in my shopping cart, like literally was on the button,
Oh.
going to press it, and I was like, I don't need a flamethrower.
How much
I'm
were
not-
they?
It was $500 at first,
Worth it.
which now they're $2,500 on
Mm.
Amazon. You can sell them for.
Well,
So
I've got a lot of SpaceX swag and some
I got a
Hyperloop
shirt.
swag.
Nice. Can I get a Falcon 9 T-shirt from your husband? Does he have any of those laying
I
around?
think I still have some that haven't even been worn. They're
Nice.
still like in the plastic.
I would take it. I'm a big fan. I got a tattoo actually that. No, I don't have a tattoo. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said that. I was
Like,
just
oh.
trying to make myself look
think
more
you already
interesting than
yours.
I am. I guess. Sorry, Casey. We don't lie on
Yeah.
this show, do we?
No.
Casey lies sometimes. It's okay though. Yeah.
The boring in LA, like there's earthquakes there, so I'm like,
Oh,
how
that's
would
a
that
good
even
point.
work? Like, how would you? Are you gonna be like
Yeah.
Superman and like hold up?
I'm sure they've thought of it though. It's not like he forgot that there were earthquakes.
I know, but still,
In
it's like,
college.
Just
yeah.
forgot that calculation.
Crap. Yeah.
I know.
Bring this to the drawing board.
Yeah, it would be. I don't know. It would
That's
be
the thing.
cool though.
That does not
like that
appeal
would
to me.
that would
in LA.
worry me. Like, what if I'm the one that's like under there? Like, I'm sure I'd be safe in the tube, but like, how are you get me
maybe.
out? Like when
Right.
there's the earthquake.
Yeah, that's true. You'd hate to be stuck down there.
I'm sure they have
But I'd probably be
backup plans.
rather be down there than up. But still, like, how long is it gonna take me to be rescued?
Mm-hmm.
Probably as long as LA traffic, so give and take.
Maybe
Yeah.
it depends.
It's
like,
a net zero.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plus, they keep finding like they.
Just realized what that's great.
What is it?
That's
No.
Just
Nice.
the net zero for like getting trapped under LA versus
Yeah,
sitting
being in
the
actual traffic. Yeah.
Can you imagine like the floor just isn't stable beneath you and like here, hey, there's a little bit of snow.
Right.
It's kind of cold.
Yeah.
I
that's the
understand
thing.
we're
This
a
year
flyover.
hasn't even been
Kinda
that
cold.
bad.
We're a flyover
Poor
state.
Liz
I
was
get
locked
that,
outside
but
the kitch for a little bit.
at least
but
I know
yeah.
my house is going to be
Freezing.
there when I go home.
Right. Also, I know that like if I were to like fall into a pile of leaves, I don't have to worry about like a black widow spider being in there like ready to actually kill
That's
me.
weird.
What's weird?
Why is that weird?
There's no. I mean that. I never worried
Snakes?
about black widow spiders or snakes.
They kill people, don't they?
But like, they're like in like corners of like houses, not like under
Sometimes
piles of
I'm in the
leaves.
corners of houses also.
Yeah, but you just like make sure you don't have them. And
This
like,
is the thing I don't understand about like you warm climate folk is that you like you're so you don't care about the spiders and the
oh, I
poisonous
care about
snakes.
the spiders, but I never had them like in
Really?
around my house.
You never like had one on your hand or anything?
No. Oh my god, I would like die. No, I never had
Like,
them.
even rattlesnakes.
No.
No, we're saying like
I'm not
that's a
saying-
serious threat there.
Right. Like I'm not
Like-
saying you're gonna try to
Oh
find
my
one,
God.
but I don't know. I mean, what if you're in the woods?
Why would I be in the woods?
Isn't Sacramento?
Yeah. What about
But-
Sacktown?
I mean the what?
I don't know. Well, like, so, like, I'm a mountain biker, for example. So I'm, like, in the woods all the time,
Well,
and, like, I fall.
How
on
can you
my
be a
own
mountain
things.
biker? There's no mountains here.
Well, there's trails and there's
Actually,
hills
Duluth is
and-
one of the best mountain biking.
It is. It's
places
actually.
to
There's
go
no-
in the US.
It's
there's
top
no
5
mountains.
in the world, actually. It's one of the 5
Spirit
gold
Mountain.
standard mountain bike trails
Some-
in the world.
You've not seen a mountain until you've been to like Lake Tahoe.
I've been to like Vail and Breckenridge, and I was in Park City, Utah recently, so I've seen like the
Lake
Rocky
Tahoe.
Mountains. Yeah, and I've flown over Lake Tahoe, I guess, but it's all the Rocky Mountains.
That's not a Rocky Mountain.
Mm. And I mean, I understand
it's
that Duluth
California. There's no Rocky Mountains in California.
isn't. Oh, okay.
It's the Sierra Nevadas.
Mm. Okay. You're right. It doesn't compare. Duluth doesn't have mountains like they do, but they do have great mountain bike trails. And when I wipe
They have
out of the
trails.
trails, I know that I don't have to worry about landing on a rattlesnake.
But they have snakes. We had a snake in our backyard last year.
Yeah, but the worst they'll do is like slither around you.
Ew.
They don't really bite. Well, they might bite, but you won't die or get poisoned.
And there's been like really creepy spiders in our backyard in Minnesota that I didn't know what the heck it was.
Yeah, they're not poisonous though.
But they jump.
Well, Casey jumps, and he's not poisonous either, and he's not very dangerous.
And like there's like ladybugs that just like appear like I don't understand.
They
like,
smell
what
bad.
are they doing?
I ate one on accident, but yeah, they smell bad. But I
Like,
mean,
but
again, they're
why?
not going to kill you.
I don't know.
Those are
We live
invasive
too
species.
comfortably. We're worried about ladybugs.
And
Yeah,
the ants
exactly.
are like 20 times the size of ants in California. I don't understand. Ants. Like
That's sun, vitamin.
They're
vitamins.
organic here.
Yeah, that's just it. They're vegan ants.
They need
That's
to-
right
they need
what
to
it
go
is.
away. They need to
yeah.
die.
No, you're probably right. But is there anything else you guys really want to cover on the High Five with Gage Hartman?
Oh.
I can't think of anything else.
Anything major?
that I
What
wanna
was your
talk about
What
on
was
the
your
high five.
podcast experience like?
It was a lot of fun.
Was it?
Yeah.
Are you just saying that because we're still alive?
No.
Oh, okay.
I loved it.
That's good. Would you come on after you
Wait,
did
we're
your feature
live?
film? What?
We can't be live.
Well, I,
I mean,
say
we'll be
live.
live.
It's probably not figure of speech, but I don't know. It's just like what else? While we're recording, I should say we're not live.
Yes, it was very fun.
Okay.
Did- I
Josh,
mean,
you have
did
a
I
good
had a
time.
blast. This has been a good experience. I
Nice.
loved it.
You just keep like moving further and further away.
I am not moving
I've
further
noticed
away.
that.
Yeah, Josh is outside all of
I
a
want
sudden.
to like move the camera so you guys are more centered. so
Oh
you
my
just, like,
goodness.
Oh my goodness. All right, well, thank you guys for coming on. We got to do a high five because it's a high five with Gage Hartman.
Thank you.
And yeah, thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Good show.
It's been
Good
lovely.
time.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Well done.
How long was